All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harachakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to Yakim bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Hey, now, this just goes to show you the whoredom of our women, more and more. But, I found this TikTok. I'm, Lord willing, allow this video to play and then go right into the scriptures. Now, just off of that, matter of fact, let's start off with the precepts here, right? Because as you seen what she said, and what I typed in the search bar was adulteress and adultery, right? Now, the scriptures tell us that because here she is giving advice to women, telling them to leave their relationships because there's a saying that says misery loves company, right? And what it is she's been broken so much, because she's been used, and she's taken her own advice and more than likely didn't have the guidance of a man to teach her and tell her how to, deal with a man within a relationship, really marriage, right? Because relationships such as boyfriend, girlfriend, that whole stage is a Western custom. That doesn't exist on the Eastern part of the world. It's marriage or it's not, it's no in between, right? Even the betrothal stage is for the purpose of marriage, right? But the scripture says this in the book of Sirach, right? The whoredom of a woman, Sirach 26:9 says, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, let her, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. And here it is. You look at this woman here, right? Going back to the eyelids, right? And by what she's saying, she's telling you the women out there to be whores, man, right? And by this behavior, it's going to be way harder for her to find a husband. Here it is. These women take the advice of not only single women, but women who are past their prime or getting near to past their prime, right? And none of what they've been doing has been working. Shouldn't it be that results or the effects of results, or the ability to give results, and to show forth that goal? Shouldn't you be listening to those individuals and not the ones who are always hurt, not the ones who are always being used? See, this is the same woman that'll tell you, oh yeah, I got a lot of men that want me, which every woman can say that. Yeah, a lot of men want a piece of you, but how many want to keep you? And that's the difference, right? You have access to the kwabah, but at the same time, great. What about keeping her as a wife? She's telling women who's been in relationships for years to leave that man. For what? To what purpose? Throw out all the building that her and that individual has done because what? You want her to experience the same hurt and pain that you've been through? Right? But then you look at the comments and Jake is going to say it. Right, and look at the comments. Right? Whole phase is necessary for overall development. This shows you just how wicked this place is, man. Right? Because all that whole phase is just a bunch of adultery and you being used. So women talk about how they be down for women so much. Why is it that women want women to be hurt so much? Oh, because you want a bunch of different rods? Because you want a bunch of different man's spirits on you? Oh, they say, oh, wow, for me to know what I want. Well, what you have is what you want. That's why you have it. This is why, Yahweh Shai says this is an adulterous and wicked generation, man. Right? This is an adulterous and wicked generation. Because this is the same generation of individuals and people who are just messing themselves up mentally, allowing all these different demons and spirits that the next partner has on them affect them. Because they can't say no, or because they can't just deal with one individual, man. Women are not built to deal with multiple men. Men are built to deal with multiple women. That's why when a man enters a woman, that womb is reserved for a baby for that 9 months, man. Right? But that's for the purpose to be molded around that man, around that seed, right? Now let's go into adultery, right? Matter of fact, this Exodus 20:14. We'll start off with that. It says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." Now, what's adultery? If a man if a man is dealing with another man's woman, that is adultery, right? So if a man is dealing with a woman who's married, that's adultery. A woman, right? If she's dealing with if a woman that's married is dealing with another man outside of the marriage, that is adultery, right? Or you say relationship. If a woman is in a relationship, is dealing with another man outside of that relationship, having side pieces, as they say, that's adultery. A man that deals with a woman that's taken, that's adultery, right? A man that's dealing with another woman that's not taken is not adultery, right? But a woman that's taken dealing with another man at all is adultery, man, right? Right, so it says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery," right? And this Proverbs 6:32, "But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul." See, these are the same women who like, having the sneaky links, who like having a bunch of men at their disposal in which they can, just call upon and deal with, right? But how expedient is that? And this Jake is going to go into it, so I'm gonna let him keep talking. It's a lot. The sound is off. Here we go. Hey, and that's the thing I want to point out too. Look at all the pictures of the avatars in the comments. They're all black women, right? They're all N-dubs. Personally, I wouldn't recommend getting serious or settling down into your late 20s. So up to the late 20s, you're a hoe. Because that's what that is. You need time to explore and experiment and find yourself. How don't you know what you want in the beginning? How? Here it is again. Preach it. Them whole phases be necessary for overall development. So women don't understand that men value sexual history. No man wants to deal with a woman or be with a woman who's been sleeping around with a bunch of men. That's just a fact. No man, I'll say no masculine man in his right mind. Because you have a bunch of simps out here that don't care. But no man wants a woman that's been passed around. None. But this is what they value. This is also the liberty in which the serpent gave them in the garden. Eve seen this type of feminism where women could just be as sexually more immoral as they wanted to, without any type of responsibility that needs to be taken up. But here it is on the backside through all this wickedness. What happens? They complain about getting burnt through sexual transmitted diseases, STDs. They have a bunch of different baby daddies, a bunch of different children. And at the end of it, they're what? They're heartbroken. So why is it through all your pain that you want other women to witness or other women to experience this? This shows women don't actually care about each other, right? Especially not this wicked generation. But let's keep going. Right, because not only that, especially with the age of social media, your comparisons on what other people's lives are like and who you could potentially, right, which is not even a truth. You have all these options when you're looking at your phone screen, right? So then you start comparing, oh well, I could deal with this, or you believe that you're worthy of something that you can't actually achieve. You don't know what that person's mental is. You don't know how that person's family is. You don't know what they've been through, right? But here it is, you're making a decision solely based off of their physical appearance and what they're claiming they're having on social media, man. And this is why Esau's created a monster through, these types of mediums, man. Here it is in the ancient days without the use of technology. And what was surrounding you and the name of that family is how marriage was determined, right? Now, hey, if you women have a criteria of 6 feet, six pack, and six figures. Now, this is a very minute number of men or minute percentage of men. But here it is. All women want that basically basis, right? But how many women are worthy of that quote unquote man with those things, man? These are the same women that can't cook or tell you, oh, I'm not submitting unto a man until he puts a ring on my finger. What type of sense does that make? You don't hear any man saying, oh, I'm not going to be masculine until I'm with a woman that bring masculinity out of me. That's retarded, But this is the group of women who are in the earth, Their mothers more than likely push their fathers away. So they're following the same patterns that they seen and witnessed growing up. This is a generation of broken, spirited individuals, man. Right? Now, it's another precept that I want to grab as well. Right? Oh, it's like here. Right? This is Ephesians 5:31. It says, for this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, right? Because going back into the custom of marriage, what happened? When a father had sons, he would buy daughters, right, from another family, right? Which is basically pay off the father. For a matter of fact, let's get it, the dowry. Let's see, father. Oops. Betroth. I think I spelled it wrong. Betroth. I said betrothed. Here we go. Alrighty, so this is let's go here. Yeah. This is Exodus 21, and I'll start here at 7. It says, and if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the men servants do. If she please not her master who hath betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed. To sell her unto a strange nation, he shall have no power, seeing he had dealt deceitfully with her. Right? It says, and if he have betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. Right? Because what happened is a father that had multiple daughters, he would sell those daughters off and get paid, to give that daughter into the family of the man, right, for his sons. And that son would be learning the craft or the trade of the father, so they would already have some sort of skill, to sustain and build that family, right? So they would pay the son. And Apostle Tar just did a video, on basically the price, to get a wife, right? So that would happen. And so a father with daughters would sell off his daughters and receive land and goods, for it. Land, whether it be cattle, also the shekels, right? Son would get that daughter, or once, because the apostles also speak about, how that betrothal period works. The daughter may not be ready just yet, but the down payment on that daughter, so to speak, would be given unto that father. So in the time of marriage, she would be given unto that son, right? But here it is in this society, arranged marriages is frowned upon when women can't vet the men that they're dealing with. That's why they fail, because they look at the outward appearance and don't look at the character or the internal thing or the internal qualities of that man. For example, how many women do you know or have you seen that just pick a man based off the clothes that they're wearing? Oh, they got on some nice shoes. Oh, they got on nice clothes. The whole pop the balloon culture, that's happening now. Oh, well, I don't like the fact that he wearing earrings, or he got a certain watch or bracelet on. Oh, his pants too baggy. And they make their decision off of that. Throw away what this man has, what qualities this man has. I remember it was a video. It was a Jake with Brace that went on. Here it is. He writes children books. He travels the world to basically teach kids. And when he came out, all the women popped the balloons on him. Then they heard him speak and say everything that he said, and they regretted it. It's like, well, look at how you've been choosing. You can't choose. You cannot vet a man as another man can. And that's why those two families will come together, and the dad and that son will speak unto that father, man. You know, are you fit for my daughter? Hey, how is this man in the eyes of Yahweh Shemel Shai? Does he believe? Does he have faith? Which that was the number one most important thing. You know, that's why the scriptures go so hard about saying, oh, a good name is above precious ointment, and the posterity and the lineage and the legacy of that family, right? Because if your father, you know, was didn't hold his word or didn't pay off debts, hey, that was not a good family to give your daughter unto, right? So all these factors play a part in how marriage was ran back in the ancient days, man, right? This is 10. It says, if he take him another wife, why? Because men could have multiple wives. It says, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not diminish. Meaning what? He has to still give due benevolence. You know, he has to still take care of that woman. The scriptures also speak about the bill of divorcement, right? Because, and let's get into that, because what happens with the bill of divorcement, right? A woman that's divorced, here we go. Matter of fact, this Deuteronomy 24, it says at the top, when a man had taken a wife and married her, right? And marriage is what? When that woman that's a virgin, you know, gets her hymen popped, right? And the blood is basically spilled, right? It says when a man had taken a wife and married her, and that's what marriage is, the consummation of marriage is sex. It says, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, right? And he has and this is the thing also, when we go into the book of Deuteronomy 22, and it speaks about that woman, you know, that damsel, that virgin, that young woman that was out in the field, you know, and a man basically seized her. He can't divorce that woman. He has to be with her forever, right? So if she don't have the qualities of an actual wife, if she can't cook, if she can't sew, if she can't do the things that's beneficial to this household, hey, that's on him, because he shouldn't allow that urge to force him to seize himself upon her, man. And he has to pay that father more because of what he did, right? It also speaks about her speaking out. If she was betrothed, if she speaks out, the man got to be put to death. If she don't, both of them have to be put to death because that's adultery. But this is going into divorcement. Here it is. These women are telling men and women to leave their mans whom they've been secure with, because they want experience. Really, it's just they want them to be hoes and feel what another man feels like. That's really what it's about. But to continue, it says, when a man had taken a wife and married her, and it cometh to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, right, because he hath found some uncleanliness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. But even in that, this was a rare scenario as well, right? Because divorce is not prevalent amongst Jake, man, back in these ancient days as it is today. Hey, here it is. Women initiate what, 80 to 90% of divorce papers, right? Here it is. They initiate over 90% of divorces because what, they are unhappy for reasons that they state, which it really just stems from them wanting far more of what they deserve, and them not being able to push through the tough times that a marriage, you know, that comes with a marriage, man. Right? Or them just saying, oh, they're unhappy. Really, it's them just not getting their way in whatever way they thought they were going to get. And them being money hungry. That's a part of it as well. Right? But it says, when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. If the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement, and giveth it in her hand, and sendeth her out of his house, or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, her former husband which sent her away may not take her again. So he cannot enter into that land again. If once you put her away, hey, you done with her forever, man. Right? It says her former husband which sent her away may not take her again to be his wife. After that she is defiled. For that is an abomination before Yahweh Shemel Shai. And thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy power Yahweh giveth thee for an inheritance. Right? So that's the point, man. Right? But here it is. That's why the scripture says in the book of Proverbs, For such are the ways of an adulterous woman. She eateth, wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness. Because they don't believe that what they're doing by swapping, as the apostle say, riding the carousel, they don't believe that's a wicked thing, right? They believe it's normal, to have a bunch of bodies. When in the ancient days, that women that had a bunch of bodies, the only women that did that were whores, man. We're straight harlots. You're only supposed to know one man. A body count, having a body count in general is a wicked thing. But in this society, they'll tell you, oh, well, that don't matter. Yes, it does. Hey, it's another video Yahweh Shemel Shai allowed me to do. Hey, how many men have videos of the same woman in their phone? Here it is. They want to be treated as if they're chaste women, though, or chaste women. No, these are a bunch of whores, right? So I'm going to let him keep talking. I'm going to finish. And that's another thing as well. See, the custom of marriage back in the ancient days, hey, you were way younger when you did marry. In this society, they're telling you to wait until you're 30, to get married. For what? So you're out of your prime. And keep in mind, these are the same women, and it's always our women. You wait until you're out of your prime, and then you feel like you deserve a man of a certain status. Men and women age differently because we're just different. That's the way Yahweh Shemel Shai made us. Women tend to hit their prime earlier. That's why at the ages of 12, 13, 14, 15, middle school, you seen women deal with way more men than the actual men of their age, right? And who were they dealing with? They were dealing with older men. In middle school, you had men that was in high school dealing with them. That's just what it was. Because that's how it is. A man that's more established is able to grab the women, that are far younger, right? And that's why when that man who's the same age of that woman gets to the point where he's established himself, he's able to get a woman that's younger, man. See, a woman that's older in age, it's harder to deal with her because she has habits and spirits on her that are harder to break because she's dealt with so many individuals. A woman that's younger, who's more malleable, is able to fit around the lifestyle and the ways of that man so that household can grow in a way that supports both the man child and the woman child, man. But in this society, they tell you that's wrong. No, it's not wrong. You marry at a young age, right? Nothing is wrong with that. But Western society has just destroyed the minds of Jake. Here it is, we're Eastern people, but we're living in a Western culture. So Jake believes that Esau's ways are the right ways, which that's false, man. The scriptures clearly tell us how the ancient life was, man. And it made things simpler. It made it more effective. The household was in a better state. The kids moved on and grew to become a respectable, fearing Yahweh Bashim Shai. But now look at us. The whole head is sick. Right? Our women have took the ways of Esau and set them forth as their moral standard. And here it is. You've been listening to the serpent over and over and over. Why are any of those women who are in those comments happy? Where's your man? The men that you deal with see that you ain't shit. That's basically what happens. Because all you can offer is a night in the bed. After that, then what? You can't cook. You can't do the things for yourself. And then you're looking at men just for a monetary financial aspect. So it's never going to work because you're damaged goods. So don't take the advice of no Babylonian woman, man. It's the most foolish thing that you can do. So just to wrap it up, Jake finishes the TikTok by basically saying the Edomites he knows, they married at a young age, they're happy, they have children, and they're just handling business, man. Meanwhile, you look at a bunch of baby mamas in the comments talking about what women that look like them should do. Hey, this is just madness, man. Hey, but it's funny hearing them. Your ways haven't been working, yet you want other women to go through the same hurt and pain just because single women keep women single. It's that simple. They hate to see when you're actually established and you have a man because they couldn't keep theirs. So that's the point. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Harakakodash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere shalom to you, Aki, in bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.